is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And
I jumped on the stage, I slapped Will Smith, and I said, hey, why did you insult my beep? Dun, 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 dun. That is actually the worst video to watch. Like Will Smith laughing at Chris Rock's joke, looking over at his wife going, oh no, she finds it offensive. I have to go with that look now. The only thing missing from the video is panning down from Jada Pinkett Smith and seeing if her pants had pleats or a cuff, because she was definitely wearing the pants in El Family. By the way, she'll be joining us on the program later to promote her book, Jada Pinkett Smith, live on the Neutral Ground. I'm Corey Johnson. Stick around for that. Sheesh. Jada Pinkett Smith. Let's see. A, don't care. B, don't care. C, not interested and don't care. D, not interested, don't care, and don't care. E, all of the above. All answers are correct on that Scantron test. It is a Monday afternoon. Yeah, you're right. Summertime in New Orleans. Thanks for joining us. People ask me all the time, hey, man, where can I check out your program? Where is it on TV? Where is it on radio? The best thing I can tell them, the easiest thing, CoreyTalks.com. That's my website, and my name is spelled. It's not easy. But thank goodness you could just go to Corey Talks, C-O-R-E-Y, talks.com, C-O-R-E-Y, Johnson.com. All that connects you to Corey Talks, K-A-A-R-E, K-A-A-R-E, talks.com. It's got all the radio information. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. Oh, so fine, 93.9. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM, 107.9 FM. 600 AM will take you from like Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida. 1560 AM, Slidell, Diamond Head, Lacombe area, New Orleans East. Cox Channel 4 television statewide, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. Cox still number one television provider in the state. Cox Channel 4, weekdays at 4, statewide. You charter television subscribers, a.k.a. Spectrum. Spectrum Channel 333, statewide. And, of course, we're on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our fledgling YouTube channel. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. Click to subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. Yeah, but I usually just say CoreyTalks.com. Everything's there, everything you need to know. A lot going on. You know, if you're a native New Orleanian, like born and raised here, an official New Orleanian, came here, moved here, love it like a local. Some official New Orleanians are better than natives. Native doesn't mean superiority. Official can override a native. Any and all of us in the metro area should check out the Lincoln Beach proposals. I put them up on my Twitter, at Corey Johnson on Twitter. There are 3 different proposals. This is just really smart, man. First off, I was fired up that they hired a Denver group to do this, not some local group. Hey, the Corey Johnson group, and I go sub it out to some group that sort of does this locally. Hey, can you handle this? Yeah, I think we can do it. And then I'm taking a piece, and then these other local guys are doing it, and it's their first try at it. It came out all right. Or you go with a seasoned group out of Denver, what they do nationwide. You hire them, and they come up with 3 great proposals. They're smart. Everybody's learning a lesson from the City Park golf course, from the major projects going down in New Orleans and getting rebuilt into livable communities where they're more, mixed income, not just folks on Section 8 or, free housing. All of this took place because the powers that be, those that were trying to facilitate the right thing, like getting rid of the projects, got with the folks that live in the projects, got their input from real folks in the projects, listen to what they said. They were real partners, friends to this day, some of them, rich, male, white guys, and inner city black women, like friends, because they developed St. Bernard Housing Development and a bunch of other projects. No, that was learned 20 years ago. You work with the neighborhood. You work with the neighborhood. You don't work around them. You don't say, screw the neighbors, we're jamming this down their throat. You can do that. That's called City Hall at the Municipal Auditorium, where the mayor thinks, like, I don't know, my blackness is going to get me in that neighborhood. And the Treme neighborhood's like, we don't want this City Hall in Congo Square at the Municipal Auditorium. What are you thinking? Shut that idea down in about 48 hours. No, you get with the neighborhood. It ain't about black and white or Republican, Democrat. You get the people that live in that neighborhood, that they're living with what you're doing. It's about making it better for them, for us, for all of us together, for the city, the metro area. You go to New Orleans East or not, don't you want New Orleans East to thrive eventually? Or, man, New Orleans East sucks, it's going to suck. Just, great attitude. Good one, Jimmy. Such a positive force you are. Yeah, dude, I stay on the North Shore. Whatever. I want the North Shore to grow. I want all of the metro to grow. Anything. Someone came in and said, man, we're in 1,000 jobs coming to St. Bernard, coming to A-Meet. I'd be fired up about it. Homa, Thibodeau. I'd be like, yes, a win for Louisiana, a win for Metro New Orleans, or even beyond the Metro. I'd be fired up about it. When Baton Rouge gets something big, I'm like fired up. Shreveport, I'm like, yes. I don't get it. So anyway, if you're a New Orleanian, go check out these Lincoln Beach proposals. There's 3 of them from this Denver-based group. That I like a lot of all of them. That's the great part. They're like, you don't have to pick 1, 2, or 3. What do you like out of 1? What do you like out of 2? What do you like out of 3? It's different beachfront setups. It's different setups right behind Lincoln Beach. It's different setups from the parking lot to Lincoln Beach. All kind of different stuff. A lot of stuff on the parking lot side, kayaking area, just a lot of cool, neat stuff. And we don't get a lot of new, neat stuff in New Orleans like Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Austin, Denver. All these cities do just all the time because they're just growing all the time. I mean, look at some of these high school stadiums in Dallas. It's like it's a college stadium. UNO would love that high school stadium. UNO would love a football team and that high school stadium. Nicholls State, McNeese, whatever. They love that high school stadium in Dallas. It's crazy. It's like a Yeoman Stadium for like high school almost. Insane. Anyway, it's impressive. It's impressive what they want to do at Lincoln Beach. The neighborhood input's great. Just think long term. Let's do something that's great and long lasting, sustainable. Oliver Thomas is going to join us in a few minutes, about 5 minutes away. Councilman Oliver Thomas, probably the clear favorite right now to be the next mayor, city of New Orleans. He'll join us to talk about this Lincoln Beach proposal. I hope this thing doesn't just sputter and go away like the Pontchartrain Beach thing. One thing the Lincoln Beach proposal has going for it, money. Money's already in place. 25 million bucks, probably more to come. Probably more to come. Tie up some loose ends here and there, inflation. If it's New Orleans, they don't break ground until 2034. No, they're breaking ground sooner than that. I think the plan's to get some of it, if not all of it, ready for next summer. And then maybe the Pontchartrain Beach plan can kick back on. Both these places should be. The original Pontchartrain Beach renderings were great. What they want to do at Lincoln Beach is great. Really good, thoughtful, creative stuff. Exactly what the city needs. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Hey, why aren't you at Katie's on a Monday afternoon? This is wind down time, New Orleans, a little after 4 o'clock. Getting off right now, getting off at 4:30, 5 o'clock. Head on over to Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. Check out the New Orleans characters. There's folks that live in the neighborhood. They walk in. It's their neighborhood joint. There are folks that live in other New Orleans neighborhoods. They drive there, and it's their daily neighborhood joint. There are folks that live on the West Bank and out in Metairie and Kenner, and it's their neighborhood restaurant and joint. They're in there like every day. So many New Orleans characters. The quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant. New Orleans specialties, old school. Why aren't you at Katie's in Mid-City right now? As New Orleans as it gets.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
We're ready for you.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Monday. Thanks so much for joining us. Boy, it's hot out there. Total Maintenance is there. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. Fair and honest Lucas and the boys. Total Maintenance. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. NOLAAC.com in the Crescent City, North Shore, South Shore, East Bank, West Bank. NOLAAC.com. In Baton Rouge, TM, like Total Maintenance, TM-AC.com. Capital City, TM-AC.com. And in New Orleans, NOLAAC.com. It's Total Maintenance. Monday afternoon, late July, summertime in the city. It's hot. The kids are playing at Lincoln Beach, but they shouldn't be, and they're at Pontchartrain Beach too, and they shouldn't be. Oliver Thomas joins us. Next summer, maybe they'll be legally playing out there, and I'm not saying the kids are doing anything illegally. Just kids having fun. I've been to Lincoln Beach myself since it's been closed, not recently, and Pontchartrain Beach. Used to go to both. How are you, Oliver?
Corey, I'm doing good, man. Hope you and your family are doing well. But, the last few times we went out there, there's security out there. Neighbors have kind of thanked everybody. We don't have people blocking the church entrance or the people's driveways and stuff. And security's been doing a pretty good job from what I'm hearing.
Good. I know some folks will dock their boats, but that's kind of coming in from the lakeside. It's a different animal.
Yeah. So no, it's an exciting opportunity, and so we've been having the master plan meetings. We had 2 this week. Wow, a lot of people came out, even on a Saturday morning for the second one last week. So it's been really, really, really good participation, and people have been enjoying.
I was talking about the master plan and have been for a while. 20 years ago, Oliver, when it was time to get rid of the projects, there was a lot of opposition. There was a lot of people for it. The powers that be, those that were pushing that idea, they got with the folks that lived in the projects and actually worked with them. And in a lot of cases, I said earlier, it's like a bunch of these white males and black males and black females in the projects as the organizers, and they're still friends to this day, these odd couples.
Yeah, that's a pretty good, that's really a pretty good comparison.
That's how you get stuff done. You work with the people in the neighborhood that you're trying to do the project with, where a lot of the times in, I guess, the olden days, it was like, behind closed doors, screw the neighbors. We're bringing that project in. I don't care what they think. Hopefully they like it. We're doing it and blah, blah, blah. Now it's, why not work with them where everyone wins? And that's what seems to be the Lincoln Beach plan.
I think when we talk about working together, it would probably, a newsman like you who knows the history of the city would probably be one of the few who could make that comparison. Probably there's just so many people don't even understand our history in the news and really in office these days. So you're absolutely correct when I think about the Cynthia Wiggins and the Gussie Carries and the Yvonne Barreros and Don Jonigans and the Jack Harringtons and many of those men and women who led HUD, who actually worked together with them with Hope 6 to come up with the mixed-use concept. So we kind of use that same with Lincoln Beach. And for me, you remember when I first came in, I was the first one to have town hall meetings. I had some of the largest town hall meetings in my district. We had hundreds of mouths. So I've always thought with the people first, who, if they don't understand it or if they're opposed, let them get it out and then work towards something that everybody buys into. And that seems to be where we are now. Corinne Lavasso and that team, Nicole, and her group, along with the group out of Boston, have really matched up really, really well and have really listened to the folk in the community.
Is it a group out of Boston or out of Denver?
I think it lead group is that group out of Boston. That's what I think this one.
I like that you guys went outside of New Orleans to hire people that do this nationwide. Hey, here's our urban setting. What can we do with it? Here are the variables. Here's what we like.
Yeah.
You need outside the box thinking.
We got a group from outside who did this work. Now, I'm a fan of when you can find local. But this group who did this work, that was important. But they also partnered with local firms, minority, female, and white firms like Digital with Kurt Evans, who actually know the community and have done important work within the city. So it was a partnership made in heaven.
No, I mean, I like local architects, but I like that the airport was designed by Peely, this world-renowned guy. I mean, when you can get the best, I'm not an opponent of local. I'm just glad, like Kenner, Rivertown, and the lake. How do we do it? They went to some Atlanta group and that group's like, why don't y'all live on the water again? Like, we aren't even thinking about that, and we live near the water. It's crazy. So no, it's good to get this outside perspective. I love the 3 plans, Oliver, and I love the kind of suggestions to the neighbors. Don't pick plan 1, 2, or 3. Just pick what you like out of all of them, and we'll hodgepodge it together and make plan 4 that is a little bit of all 3.
Well, Corey, it kind of sounds like maybe you were on the team, right? Yeah, and that was exactly what is happening from the open to how you engage people with a culture to the walkway that goes over to ultimately something that folk are not talking about, but also the redesign of Haynes Boulevard, right?
Yep.
In 1 lane each way, a beautiful. So, yeah, absolutely correct. But shout out to Sage Michael, Bliss, and the local commission or committee that was put together made up people like Ali Faure, Reggie Flood, and others that have really been involved from day one. So it's a rare combination here of where you can get something where everybody comes together and it kind of settles with the best of what everyone's offering or what they see in the plan. So now that was a great analogy.
No, and I love I love a little bit of every plan. I like plan 1 with the building on the parking lot side, and the building itself crosses the street. The bridge is part of the building. It just narrows, and then it widens back out on the beach side. But then I don't like plan 1's beachfront as much as I like plans 2 beachfront. And then I like the pool, the rooftop pool at the parking lot. And, I like the kayaking area on the western side, and that's in like proposal 3. So, I like hodgepodging.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing that I liked was incorporating the new growth into, some people, were like just beach, sand it all up, maybe a place for concerts and for art and for music. I like leaving some of the trees and the natural topography that's grown up there. I think it gives it even more unique kind of flavor. That was something that I didn't know if people would like, but they do, and I like that too.
That big lot in between, like Darlene Court and Vincent Road.
Yeah.
That needs to be acquired. That needs to be acquired by this entity for future expansion, Oliver. Just, I want more. I want more of, maybe you can't fit everything on the parking lot side that I want. I like the big building, but I like those covered things and the fields and the practice facilities under the glass roof, all that stuff. I want all of that.
Well, people want more, and they're buying up property up and down Haynes too. There's some prominent people that purchasing a lot of land in the east, and a lot of speculators that from Lincoln Beach to the potential, now that we have a lease at Six Flags, to the Deepwater port in St. Bernard.
Yep.
So there's a whole lot of action happening in that area.
No, that the road that'll go from Violet to the I-510,
and we have some of the lowest crime stats in the city right now in New Orleans East. Chief Kirkpatrick released them with the district. and violent crime unfortunately, too many people are getting shot in the quarter and downtown and Canal Street in the city. But we've been doing really well, kind of really debunking the stereotype about the East with crime.
Will some of this Lincoln Beach be open next summer?
I don't know. I don't want to speculate. But when we first started, we talked about a year and a half. All the money's there. I think, to the pace whether the community settles around.
Yep. Maybe 2 years.
One plan. The sooner that happens, is the sooner we can start to gauge to talk about when.
Yeah, and let's get Pontchartrain Beach going as well. Hey, Oliver, before we let you go.
But the one thing that's happened is that the Councilman plan at the Levee Management Authority, where the old Star Casino used to be.
Yep,
that's getting some traction now.
That's good.
And then there's talk about Pontchartrain Beach again. So, man, that would be a blessing to have that thing rotate all the way up to out to New Orleans East, and we can have some activity. And we have fallen so behind other places by not taking economic advantage of our water and our natural waterways. That maybe we're in an age now where we can maybe we can not only catch up but lead the way.
No, that marina by the Lakefront Airport should have condos and apartments right there.
Absolutely, that's a beautiful, beautiful spot.
Come on, you got your boat underneath where you live. I mean, that's not for me, but that's for a lot of people that own boats and are out by the lakefront and all that stuff. Oliver, before we let you go, you ready to announce that you're officially running for mayor, City of New Orleans?
I have not announced officially, but looking forward to the future, man, and really. Loving the energy in our community and the fact that we can get things done. We need to get things done. We really do. New Orleans is too special. Our people are too special.
So this is your unofficial announcement that you're running for mayor for the city of New Orleans.
Nobody better than KJ, man. You're one of the best who ever did it, buddy.
Oliver, thanks, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, man, bless you, man. Thank you, man. Also, your listeners. Bye-bye.
That's Oliver Thomas, New Orleans Councilman, talking about Lincoln Beach. Check it out. Oh, it's really cool what they want to do out there. Coming right back. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today, and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Thanks so much for joining us. A Monday afternoon. Yeah, go to at Corey Johnson on my Twitter and check out these renderings for Lincoln Beach. No, it's just cool. It's like stuff that Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Denver, Phoenix, they're getting these kind of projects all the time. All the time. Probably like a few a year because there are so many different areas around those metros. Some of their own little entity, their own town. They have their own money. They do their own thing. We don't get a lot of new stuff that's, brand new and bright and shiny. And Lincoln Beach is going to be really nice. You look at these renderings, you're like, wow. I mean, like kind of blow your doors off type wow. No, they did it right. This Denver-based group, the 3 renderings, all are different. Same spot. They don't say pick one of the 3. We're only doing one of the 3. They're like, here's 3 renderings and you pick what you like. And then we'll reconfigure it and see if we can fit the puzzle piece to work where all the stuff you like, we can implement into one thing. It's a historic site, so they keep some of the existing structures. There's like those big concrete columns that was once like a big grand hall. They're going to keep that and, build around that. And you're going to see that. And then the historic markers and all that kind of stuff. And then they're going to probably have, incredible black and white photos of that era. The parking lot area on the other side of Hain Boulevard is huge. And there'll be you'll go up like a couple of floors up in the air and you'll go across Hain Boulevard on a bridge. One of them just like a linear bridge. One proposal, it's a big building that ramps down like in a curving shape and gets kind of, it's still a building, and the building crosses the entire street and then widens out on the beach side again. It's all just really cool stuff like you'd see in other cities that are moving in the right direction. And you heard Oliver Thomas, Hain Boulevard is going to become 1 lane in each direction. It's no longer going to be a drag strip. And what sucks about Hain Boulevard, the lights are awful. You'll probably be able to make it from like Dowman Road to, what is that? Lake Forest Boulevard, I guess, or Paris Road. Paris Road would be Paris Road. Lake Forest Boulevard runs the other way down Paris Road a little bit. From along Hain, the entire way from Dowman to Paris Road. You'll probably be able to make it in like the same time period because the lights will be synchronized. Because the lights on Hain are anything but synchronized. People are doing like 80 and then locking up the brakes at Crowder and at Hain and Reed or whatever. I mean, Crowder, Reed, Bullard, whatever. No, it would be 1 lane in each direction, a neutral ground, maybe a bike path, plants, trees, flowers, crepe myrtles, whatever. They really want to do it right. They could put this thing called a linear retention pond down, but let's not get crazy. Anyway, it'll be one lane in each direction, lower speed limit, more pedestrian and people friendly. Already screwed up the flood wall there. Just built a flood wall. Never thought about, hey, let's build a flood wall. And without increasing the price at all, stuck in a big slab of concrete, let's integrate some people-friendly architecturals, like make the top flat where people can use it as a walking path with benches and lights. They can have a view of the lake. Instead, it's this wall. Might as well have a sign, stay away, high voltage, it might as well say. Because it's prohibitive. You can't get over the wall. You can't see over the wall. It's train tracks going up to a wall. It's like a prison. The lake's on one side of the jail and the neighborhood's on the other side. It's unbelievable. It's not, ergonomically designed, it's not the right term, but it's not people friendly. It's the opposite. It's anti-people. No, just a waste. That great wall in St. Bernard, that big old 1.5 mile long thing. I don't think people can access that and fish off of that. I don't think they can drive their vehicle on that and fish. It's like you're not allowed on it. Like, why would you not be allowed on it? It's a brick you-know-what house. No one can break that thing. It's hurricane, water, storm surge proof, literally. I mean, think about that. It's ocean proof. So you're worried about Jimmy the fisherman might mess it up. I mean, it's just impossible. But I don't think people have access to the Great Wall of St. Bernard. And it's a big flat surface on the top that I think like a truck can traverse. It's $1.5 billion. No people welcome. Why? It's a big slab of concrete, basically. No, it's just mind-blowing. We built this $14 billion flood protection system around New Orleans, which is fantastic, but it's not people-friendly. It should have just been fishing piers and trails and access for all this stuff. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Just for sightseeing to be able to go drive out on that. You're out in the middle of the marsh. It's crazy. Anyway, Hain Boulevard will become a boulevard with a median, a neutral ground, and much more people-friendly. And then the Lincoln Beach rendering's incredible. And then we got to get Pontchartrain Beach going in the exact same direction. You got 2 viable beaches like that. And then West End Park. West End Park going on 20 years sitting idle. Pontchartrain Beach over 40. Lincoln Beach over 60. Other cities like cut off their left arm to have these assets. Anyway, Oliver Thomas joined us to talk about that. Hey, Corporal. The Corporal's got like a gallon jug, and he's going to knock out the whole gallon of water. So funny. I'm sure someone came into like the water bottle meeting. This had to fail several times. And all those guys now are selling something else. They're not in the water business. Somebody said, hey, why don't we sell smaller bottles of water where, people on the go would want that? And some guy said, what are you talking about, Charlie? The gallon of water is $1, whatever the price was back then. It's probably like 69 cents. Let's use today prices. The gallon jug's $1.79. Who's going to pay $1.79 or even more for less water? Well, the point you're missing, Johnny, is they don't want to carry around the gallon. They're looking for convenience too. Gallon's a gallon. It's a big, I guess they could buy a 55-gallon drum with your thinking and save more. Get out of here. You're fired. And they laughed and said what a dummy he was. And why would anyone want smaller size bottles? So they stuck with the gallon jug for a while longer. Then a few years later, another water company, another state, another business. Hey, why don't we have smaller bottles for convenience? They laughed that guy out. And then finally, they started making smaller bottles for convenience that costs like more than the gallon jug. A gallon of water is like $1.69. I think, what is this? This is a liter. So it's basically a quart. So I think it was 2 for $3. So I'm like $1.20 over for half the water as your gallon jug. The Corporal has twice the amount of water for half the price. Twice the water for half the price. That's basically, I'm driving a $20,000 car, and the Corporal's driving a $40,000 car that he paid $10,000 for. I paid $20,000 for my $20,000 car. The Corporal's driving a $40,000 car, and he paid $10,000 for it. Brand new. Anyway, the convenience guy, he won out, and they made the smaller bottles, and the water companies made even more money. It's my worthless anecdote of the day. Stay tuned tomorrow where we talk about toothbrushes. Anyway, Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Boy, keep longtime WGNO sports director Ed Daniels in your thoughts and prayers. Ed Daniels, like day one in California Saints camp, apparently had a heart attack and is in a Los Angeles hospital ICU. Do not know his status right now or prognosis, but he's in ICU and he's been there for a few days and there hasn't been a lot said. So, and all I can say about Ed Daniels is, you know, I'm not like tight with Ed Daniels. I don't call Ed Daniels. We're not like friends where we do things, but we're definitely more than acquaintances. I worked at Channel 26 for about 6-8 years. Ed's been there for 40 plus. It's his place. He's the, you know, normally in places I've worked and how normal news operations work, the news guy, some news person's the king concho. Ed Daniels is Channel 26. He's the number one guy. You know, he's the number one person. So just what I know, I mean, just kind of a straight lace, no BS type of guy, a good man, a good guy, knows right and wrong and does right. Loves sports, loves high school athletics, loves pure high school athletics. He is passionate about high school athletics, and he is passionate about sports overall. 100% always, hardworking, thorough, honest, legitimate, respected, humble about Rummel and Loyola, New Orleans. No, keep
Dave Miet Insurance Agency.
Prayers.
Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, insagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, insagency.com.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models, and it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
That's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, fuller part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City. Corey Johnson back at you on a Monday. Hey, I've got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate or 2 to give away. I'm looking for 2 New Orleans streets that start with North, like North Corporal and North Corey Johnson Street. 2 New Orleans streets that start with North, that intersect each other and parallel each other. They intersect each other and they parallel each other. What the hell? What the? One of them truly runs north-south. The other one really runs like east-west, west-east. But they intersect each other and parallel each other for a while. They're both north. How can 2 streets north intersect each other? Usually it's north and west, or north and east, or south and west and south. It can't be north and north, or it could be north and south. But how can 2 north streets intersect each other? They're both going north, but they are crossing each other at a 90 degree. How is that possible? It's New Orleans. That's how it's possible. Name the 2 north streets that intersect each other and parallel each other. I'm sure there are a bunch of examples. I'm thinking of one giganticus one. Major thoroughfares. Hint, hint, they're 3 lanes wide on each side for most of their, I guess, journey or whatever you'd call it. Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. Joe Biden, he's got some Supreme Court proposals. I like the 18-year term limit. I've been talking about that for years, probably over a decade. 18 years? Yeah, I think that's enough. That's enough. 18 years. Actual ethics rules like what the court does, the free plane, trips they take, or anything of value that can manipulate how these judges think. They're supposed to be above all that. Now, some liberals want an expanded court, but Biden says no, going to keep it at 9. That's smart. Expanding the court's ridiculous. But that nuclear thing, the nuclear option where instead of 60 Senate votes, it's only 50 needed. It should be 60 votes. That way, some Democrats, some Republicans, whoever's in power, there has to be a compromise. It has to be a sort of a moderate candidate, one that's palatable to at least some on the other side, palatable to at least some on the other side. And hell, if you got a supermajority, you got 60, more power to you. You jam through whoever you like. Obviously, the other side sucked so bad, and you're doing so well where you had 60. But that's tough. But just a majority's easy. And these Supreme Court nominees used to go through the Senate like 98-0, 100-0, 98-2. I mean, it was never 51-49. And that tells you it's not a good situation. I don't want extreme liberals or extreme conservatives. I don't want hardcore. I want where whoever's in power, the Democrats, all their people are voting for the Supreme Court nominee. Maybe some aren't even. And then a handful of Republicans are voting, and that gets it over the 60. Or a Republican is the president, and they put their nominee up, and most of the Republicans, if not all, are on board, and then a few Democrats come over and get it over the top. I just think it's the Supreme Court. You don't want it. Hell, I don't like extreme left or right to begin with, so I definitely don't want it on the court. 18-year term limits, ethics rules, and keeping it at 9 members. The president also wants where the president, no president's above the law or immune from prosecution for crimes committed while in office. Those seem pretty logical. This is what the president's pushing, Joe Biden. He doesn't have the power to implement it. And Congress, the Democrats don't have the power to vote it in. But it starts the message. It starts the, process. And maybe down the road, those kind of things pass. And, when sometimes the folks that are in power don't like these things, but if they weren't in power, they'd like them. So, and then the folks that aren't in power love these things, and if they were in power, they wouldn't. So you really have to be outside the bubble and fair about it and have empathy and understanding, like, what about when we're in power? What about when we're not in power? And both are inevitable. And both sides always think they'll always be in power, or they'll be in power most of the time and all of that. But that's where you can't have the inmates running the asylum, because they're always going to look out for them. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. Name 2 North Streets in New Orleans that intersect each other and then parallel each other like they should if they're both running north or are on the north side of another street. 766-9480. Rouse's Market's phone lines are open, 766-9480. Young's Dry Cleaning is open. 2 walk-up locations, free pickup and delivery, manless locker locations all over the city. Want to experience the best dry cleaner? A New Orleans institution since 1940. Blue Boy knows. What, buddy? YoungsDryCleaning.com is the website. Young's Dry Cleaning is the best. Blue Boy, you're right on the money. YoungsDryCleaning.com. What else, buddy? Tell folks to stick around. 5 o'clock powwow is next. Blue Boy, I don't know how I get through the program without you. What? Last week I ran through a break because you weren't around. You're right, buddy. You save me all the time. Thank you. We didn't need to let everyone know that, Blue Boy.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m. Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry, superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Flintstones.
Meet the Flintstones, they're the modern Stone Age family. From the town of Bedrock, they're a place right
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Monday afternoon, hot summertime weather.
when you're with the
Boy, thunder showers just like every day the last few weeks, huh? Now you look at like weather.com and the like, it's a lot of sunshine. We will see. We'll see. Hey, the 5 o'clock power hour on this hot, muggy Monday brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. Now in Baton Rouge. That's right, Tiger Town. You don't have to go to some national chain or big box store. Talk to folks that don't know what they're talking about. You can go to a store that in New Orleans has been around for over 55 years, literally steering us all in the right direction. There are generations, tens of thousands of New Orleanians, Helm Paint and Decorating, the bread and butter when it's time to paint. Inside, outside our house, business. You go to the pros, you go see the Helm family, Benjamin Moore high quality paint, some with a lifetime warranty. All of them with at least 25 years, which essentially is a lifetime warranty. You're not going to paint again with Benjamin Moore. You're not going to paint again with Helm steering you in the right direction. They don't sell tires or bread and milk. They don't have washers and dryers. It's Helm Paint and Decorating. They have paint and the supplies to get your paint job done right. And now they're in the capital city in Baton Rouge. 4 locations, Highland Road, Perkins Road, Jones Creek Road, Choctaw. And just like New Orleans, Benjamin Moore Paint, free 2-hour delivery anywhere in Metro New Orleans, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, free 2-hour delivery in Baton Rouge, West Baton Rouge, Port Allen, Brewley, East Baton Rouge, Prairieville, even Gonzales. North Baton Rouge, Scotlandville, up by Southern on the Bluff, South Baton Rouge, down by the Tiger Town. Helm Paint and Decorating now in Baton Rouge. 5 o'clock powwow brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. 7 New Orleans locations, 4 Baton Rouge locations, 15 Texas Paint locations. New Orleans owned Helm family owns Texas Paint since 1947 in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. They acquired Texas Paint maybe 5-6 years ago, 4 locations, 15 now. Fastest growing paint store in the Metroplex. 15 in Dallas, 11 in Louisiana. They're 26 Helm Paint and Decorating locations, essentially. Amazing. I love it. I love that a New Orleans family is a major player in the 4th largest, soon to be 3rd largest metropolis in the country. Kicking butt and taking names. I like that. That's how it was in the olden days, Corporal. There were New Orleanians that had influence all over the South. I like that. We need more of that. Hey, if you're a New Orleanian, like native, official, not from here, but love the city, you really should check out. Just go to my Twitter at Corey Johnson and the Lincoln Beach proposals. These renderings, 3 renderings, all kind of details on the 3 renderings. And I love this Denver-based group. I love that for starters. The Lincoln Beach folks doing a few things right. First off, they're getting with the neighborhood. What do you guys want? This is your neighborhood. It's going to be attraction for the whole metro area, but it's 24/7 in these folks' neighborhoods. So what do you want? And boy, that far end of Hain Boulevard is desolate, isolated, not a lot of shops, stores, hard to get anything. You have to go away from that area to get anything, like a gallon of milk or clothes or anything. It's just tough, hard. Now there's going to be a little vibrancy with this Lincoln Beach thing and some retail and things of that nature. So first things first, they were smart. They got with the neighborhood group. Second thing, brilliant. They hired an outside firm that does this kind of stuff for a living. This Denver-based group. Hey, we're Atlanta. We want to redevelop this rail bed. What do we do? Here's what we like. Here's what we don't like. We were thinking of this. What do y'all think? And then they go to work and come up with stuff that no one in that area would be thinking about because they have experience. They've done it at other places. Things they've done, they've implemented that have worked great, that have taken off like a rocket. Some that worked well in certain situations, but not in others. And some that just are failures they got rid of. So they're great at it. It's not a learning on the fly thing. It's what they do, this Denver-based group. They come up with 3 very impressive proposals. They don't say pick 1, 2, or 3. They say, here's 1, complete proposal. Here's 2, a complete proposal. Here's 3, a complete proposal. Here's all the different parts that make up all 3. Pick and choose what you like out of all 3. Like, I like the building and bridge from proposal 1. I like the beach from proposal 2. I like the kayaking area on the west side from proposal 3. I want all that integrated. So there are lots of things to like in each proposal. And I don't like the beachfront on proposal 1. 2 and 3 is a much better beachfront. So it's things like that, piecing it all together. So there'll be a proposal 4, which will be a hodgepodge of 1, 2, and 3 that all the neighbors and the Lincoln Beach folks thinks best. And it's this Denver group that's putting it together. I like it. The neighborhood's involved. The money's already there. And I just hope the neighborhood, they think long term. Let's do something great, first class. So go check it out. If you're a New Orleanian, at Corey Johnson on Twitter, the Lincoln Beach renderings. It's just really cool. We don't get a lot of new stuff. We're not Austin or Denver or Phoenix, Nashville. They get new stuff a few times a year. Something major, multi-million-dollar, something brand new that everybody's fired up about. I mean, that's how you have civic pride. The ball's just rolling all the time, something happening. We don't have that. We don't have the ball rolling all the time. Sometimes the ball isn't rolling at all. Sometimes we don't even know if there is a ball. So when you have a $25 million Lincoln Beach, money's set up for it, a redo of Lincoln Beach, and it's ready to go, let's embrace it and check it out. It's great for New Orleans East. It's great for Metro New Orleans. Hopefully, this idea, this plan gets implemented, and maybe the same sort of idea and plan is, put into play at Pontchartrain Beach as well. And how about West End Park? West End Park by the Parish Line, sitting idle now for nearly 20 years. Pontchartrain Beach, it's been 40 plus now. Isn't that sad? 40 plus. Lincoln Beach, over 60 years sitting idle. There's just something fundamentally wrong with all of that. These major assets that we ignore, neglect. There's something wrong with us. So good news, Lincoln Beach looks like it's rolling and done the right way. Like the elimination of the projects 20 years ago, you get with the people in the projects. You work with them. You don't tear it down. Hey, you hope you find a place. What should be here? How do we make it better? Let's make it some Section 8, some partial rent payment, some full market rate. Let's get police moving in here. Let's working class. Then you have something. And they worked with the folks at the projects, and they tore down all the major projects after Katrina. It's brilliant. It's a game changer for New Orleans. What a nightmare that was. And the opposition to it, the political opposition, selfish political opposition. No, you get the neighborhood group involved in a project. You get them on board because you're truly partnering with them. It's going to be a go. It's going to get green lighted because they're your partner. You're not ignoring them. The opposite, you're embracing them. And that's what they're doing out at Lincoln Beach. And this is pretty exciting. Hope it can trickle down to Pontchartrain Beach and West End Park. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. By the way, Oliver Thomas joined us last hour to discuss the Lincoln Beach proposal. Every day, this program's brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra. Right on the corner, right on the price. The Car Corner, Williams Boulevard at I-10. Home of the big store, Lamarck Ford, for over 45 years. I mean, if you're going to go buy an F-150, a Ford vehicle, why would you even think about going anywhere else but Lamarck Ford? The big store, seriously. Inventory, service, price, they got what you want. Lamarck Lincoln. Boy, the black label Lincoln SUVs are absolutely incredible. Plush, luxurious, special. Go check them out at Lamarck Lincoln in Kenner. And now Ronnie and his son, Ronnie Jr., they've got Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood, the legendary truck dealership. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner. And now Lamarck Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway. Don't move, New Orleans. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com. Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Name 2 north streets that intersect in New Orleans and parallel each other. They intersect each other, and then within about 8 blocks, they're paralleling each other. It's crazy. Give me the answer to that, and I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse. Corey Johnson with you. It is the 5 o'clock power hour on a Monday. Please keep longtime WGNO sports director Ed Daniels in your thoughts and prayers. Ed Daniels apparently suffered a heart attack day 1 of Saints training camp in California. He's in the intensive care unit at a Los Angeles hospital. Don't know his status or prognosis, but I do know Ed is beloved in the city. He's sort of a low-profile, humble guy that is, he loves his craft. He loves being a television journalist. He loves that field. He loves sports. He is insanely passionate about sports, truly loves sports, especially high school athletics, like the purest form of sports. He just loves that, loves college sports, pro sports, all sports. Like I said, passionate. No, he's a good man, a good guy. I worked with him a little while at Channel 26. I've probably known Ed on and off for 30 plus years. A funny training camp story. Like I can't grow a beard if I wanted to. Literally. I can just not shave and I just get kind of some stubble and it looks okay like day 3 to maybe like day 7. And then then it gets longer and then they're just like holes in my face, like where the hair doesn't grow and starts looking ridiculous. So anyway, I'm even younger than I am now. Obviously, it's like 25 years ago. Saints training camp in La Crosse, Wisconsin. It's all men. I think Mary Foster from the AP sports writer, she was like the only female there. It's summertime, so there are no students there, I'm like, I'm not even shaving, I think. I've never tried to grow a beard or a mustache. Let's see what happens. So like a week into it, I'm like, you can't grow a beard or a mustache. But then I was like, why shave? So I just kept letting it grow. So I kind of had that like 12-year-old look, like a 12-year-old that can grow a beard or mustache a little bit. I had that silly look. And Ed Daniels, who never says a disparaging word to anyone. I'm not saying he's not opinionated about sports and sports personalities and doing his job. He's a total pro with that. 100%. Works his butt off. I'm talking about like as a person, you're not going to see Ed gossiping about some other sportscaster, writer, or some other person and saying something disparaging about him. I've never really seen that. Anyway, we're in like a dorm. You share like the bathroom, the showers. You're in a dorm room where you stay. Everybody has their own dorm room. I'm like, in the bathroom with like a towel on or something. And I'm like at the mirror in the sink. No, I'm not shaving. I'm brushing my teeth. And Ed is shaving, I think. And Ed just looks over at me. And I notice it. Like, he's like looking. And I look at Ed. And he's just like, you need to shave. He just said it like that. Like, you need to shave. Like, I think it just was like, and I looked at myself for a second. I'm like, he's so right. A week ago, I needed to shave. This is just pathetic looking. Just wiry little hair, holes all over my face where no hair was growing, this cheesy mustache, this little chin thing going. It looked ridiculous. It didn't look manly or growing a beard. It looked pathetic. And I guess Ed, just seeing it probably for a few days, just biting his lip, and then finally just very quietly was just like, you need to shave. And I think I went and grabbed my shaving kit or whatever, razor, and shaved. He was right. Anyway, keep Ed Daniels in your thoughts and prayers. He's in a Los Angeles ICU after suffering apparently a heart attack in California, like day one of Saints training camp. No, he's been at it like 45 years. He's just, like I said, a good guy, a good man, knows right and wrong and does right, loves sports, passionate about it, honest, legitimate, respected, humble, proud of Rummel and Loyola, where he went to school, proud that he's a graduate, loves New Orleans, straight-laced, no BS type of guy. Keep long-time WGNO sports director Ed Daniels in your thoughts and prayers on this Monday afternoon. Hey, the 5 o'clock power hour this afternoon brought to you by Leidenheimer Baking Company. They've been at it since 1896 in the Crescent City. All Leidenheimer French bread is baked at their New Orleans plant, one bakery. And now they send that bread out to about 30 states. 30 states enjoying New Orleans' own Leidenheimer French bread. You want to know why? Because it's that good. These 30 states are learning slowly but surely what we've known our entire lives. There's not a New Orleanian alive. Huh? Anyone out there that hasn't experienced Leidenheimer? It's part of the fabric of the city. For nearly 130 years. And now in 30 other states, Leidenheimer French bread, Leidenheimer Baking Company, the official French bread of the city. 5 o'clock power hour this afternoon brought to you by Leidenheimer French bread. Hey, if you missed the 4 o'clock hour, Oliver Thomas joined us talking about the Lincoln Beach proposals. President Joe Biden has some Supreme Court proposals. Can't pull an executive order. Democrats don't have the votes to get this stuff implemented, but I think it seems pretty right on the money. 18-year term limits for Supreme Court justices. Why not? 9 of them, 18 years. That means every 2 years you'd be replacing one. Every 2 years. And they'd be termed out after 18 years. Why a lifetime, appointment? That almost seems like not democracy. And then Supreme Court justices actually having to, abide by ethics rules and regulations. Can't be taking anything of value from anyone. They're a judge. Money makes people funny. I don't care if it's a Supreme Court justice. Now, some liberals wanted an expanded court, but Joe Biden says no to that. He wants to keep it at 9, but the 18-year term limit, I think, is a good idea. The ethics rules, that being enforced, is a good idea. These are just starters. And as president, saying them makes them, makes the start, I guess, as big as it can get. So that's a good thing. But again, this isn't going to get implemented, but maybe it gets jump-started and eventually implemented. It's good for Republicans and Democrats. It's good for America. It's good for democracy. 18-year term limits, and Supreme Court justice can't be getting on private jets and staying at resorts and living the high life off of other Americans. They're the Supreme Court justice. They have to be above all of that. And then Biden went on and about presidential immunity, quote, no president is above the law or immune from prosecution for crimes committed while in office. Who could be against that? Now, there's the Barack Obama killing the U.S. citizen who was a terrorist with the drone. There are examples of that where there wouldn't be prosecution. But if Barack Obama's setting up some, illegal fund and he and his wife are making money off of it, some obvious crime, then yes. Something as official duties as president, especially with the verbal backing of many in Congress, even if there was no vote, that's a little different. Official duties, unofficial duties. Something that benefits the country or something that benefits the president personally. No, that's Joe Biden's proposals. I just don't know who would be against him. I'd add a caveat to the Supreme Court thing. 60 Senate votes for a Supreme Court justice to be nominated, 60 in the Senate. That way you have to get some from the other side. Republican majority, you got to get a few Democrats on board. Democrat majority, you got to get a few Republicans on board. What it does, it leads to more moderate Supreme Court justices. Not extreme left or extreme right, but moderate politically. That's what you want, right? Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Name two North Streets, like North Corporal and North Corey Johnson, that intersect each other and then parallel each other in like a mile. I'll give you a hint. A big part of these streets, like 3 lanes in each direction, major thoroughfares in New Orleans, North blank and North blank intersect each other and then soon parallel each other. What the? Why? 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Yeah, I had Oliver Thomas on the program last hour talking about this Lincoln Beach proposal. They got about $25 million. They got the money. It's going to take a few years. They hired this Denver company. They've got neighborhood input. Couple of meetings now that were actually public. Not like that one a few meetings ago that the folks that are from the neighborhood that are kind of loud and activists, you're not invited, and no news media. Public meeting? That would make it a private meeting? Anyway, they've had public meetings. They hired a Denver-based group that came up with not one, not two, but 3 proposals. And they told the neighbors and the Lincoln Beach folks, don't pick one of our proposals. We just did proposal 1, 2, and 3. They're 3 complete proposals. You could pick either one, any of the 3, and they're all great. We want you to pick the ideas out of each of the 3. And we'll see if we can hodgepodge all of the things you like out of all 3 into one final proposal. I thought that was a brilliant idea. Instead of, here's our best plan. Instead, it's, here's our 3 best plans. Here's our 3 best plans. And then you guys pick what you like, the parts out of each 3, and maybe we can put them all together and make one great plan for Lincoln Beach. Yeah, Oliver Thomas joined us last hour to talk about that. It seems to be moving forward. Probably not next summer. Summer of 2026, it might be open. It's only been closed for 60 plus years. And then maybe we can get Pontchartrain Beach closed for 40. West End Park closed for nearly 20. Get them back up and rolling too. But the renderings are impressive. We don't have enough new, nice, brand new stuff in New Orleans. like Austin or Nashville, Houston, Atlanta, Dallas. They get new stuff every few months, somewhere in their metro. We don't. So something like this that's really nice and first class that you kind of see it in another city, we're getting it. And it's a real lake and a real beach. It's not like man-made. So it's what these other cities would cut their arm off to have, that we've ignored, these assets. Finally getting our you-know-what together. When I was at Channel 26 doing editorials, I must have done 3 or 4. It was like another year. I do it here all the time. Another summer, another year of no Pontchartrain Beach or Lincoln Beach. Just doing this every year just to remind people. We know it, but hey, Lincoln Beach has been closed since the early 60s. Pontchartrain Beach since the early 80s. It's insane. Beyond illogical. Just crazy. Hey, Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, is hiring. Latrim, based out of Elmwood, about 1,400 employees in Elmwood. They have about 100 acres now in Elmwood and across Jefferson Highway on Distributors Row. The street is called Latrim Lane off of River Road, as it should be called. Home of the shrimp peeling machine, the industry standard around the world. Home of the all-plastic modular conveyor belts, the industry standard around the world. The Lapierre stair, the alternating tread stairs, industry standard around the world. 600, 700, 800 patents, worldwide patents at Latrim. It's a culture of innovation in Elmwood. They're also on the North Shore, and they're looking for you. Dozens and dozens and dozens of jobs. For a full listing of positions available at Latrim, go to their website, latrim.com. Latrim is spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, latrim.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. No AC, I got your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. No AC, I got your cool spot.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
For over 20 years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine, Lebanon's Cafe. In the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line, Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. Name 2 North Streets, North Blank and North Blank, that intersect each other. What the hell? How's that possible? Name 2 North Streets that intersect each other, and then they parallel each other pretty quickly, like in 8 or 10 blocks. Crazy. Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone line to participate in the program 766-9480. If you know the answer, I got $50 for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Yeah, I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. 2 locations on the South Shore, 2 on the North Shore in Baton Rouge. Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. 766-9480. Joe Biden Supreme Court proposals, 18-year term limits, ethics rules. Some liberals want an expanded court. Biden says no, keep it at 9. He also talks about presidential immunity. No president is above the law or immune from prosecution for crimes committed while in office. These are just starters. It's not executive order. The Democrats don't have the votes to implement this stuff, but trying to get the ball rolling. And as president, it makes it a little bigger ball to start. That's all. Hey, keep longtime WGNO sportscaster Ed Daniels in your thoughts and prayers. Beloved, kind of a low-profile guy. He's not like Mr. Electric personality because Ed's a straight-laced, no BS guy. He's frank and to the point. And he is a total journalist, 100% professional, always working hard, ridiculously thorough. No, a total pro, honest, legit, respected. He's been at it like 45 years. He loves sports, like is truly passionate about sports. Loves high school athletics, the purity of it, and loves college pro sports. loves New Orleans. I said earlier, like a proud Rummel and Loyola grad. Ed Daniels is a good guy, a good man, honest guy. And it's sad when someone his age, Ed's like 66, 67. That's young to me. That isn't like the olden days 67. 67's like the olden days 50, you know? And Ed had a heart attack, apparently, reportedly, day one of Saints training camp. He's in a Los Angeles ICU at a Los Angeles hospital. Don't know the status right now. Don't know this prognosis, but keep long-time beloved WGNO sportscaster, native New Orleanian, Ed Daniels, in your thoughts and prayers. Ed's done nothing wrong to anybody. He's done nothing wrong to anyone. Hasn't offended anyone. Hasn't gone outside of the bounds of journalism. Isn't vindictive or mean-spirited. Doesn't have some whacked agenda. And this happens. I mean, it's I don't know. It's that God thing is a tough gig, Corporal. It is a Monday afternoon. Corey Johnson with you. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Had Oliver Thomas on last hour. I love these artist renderings. They're on my Twitter, at Corey Johnson on Twitter. These artist renderings, 3 proposals for Lincoln Beach. And it's really nice, and it's long overdue. And I hope we get the shovels in the ground sooner than later. Let's have a goal. Let's shoot for getting this done. It ain't happening for next summer, but let's get it done for summer of 2026. And the Punch Train Beach plan, I love, that was thrown out, about a year and a half ago, and then literally thrown out. Opposition, waiting on financing, they maybe charge admission kind of thing. Folks freaked out. It's a shame. It's a shame. We need the Punch Train Beach plan put in place. I'm not saying not that one, but a plan that's as high quality as the Lincoln Beach. And the plan that we saw, the proposal that we saw from Punch Train Beach was pretty first class. There's a big difference, though. The Punch Train Beach plan wasn't so neighborhood driven. It was more kind of just, hey, we got the idea. We're going to go with this, and threw it out there. I like it. I like the Punch Train Beach plan. I like their proposal. But I think if it would have had more neighborhood input, it might have been green lighted. You know, it's funny, like this is a bad example, but it's like you drop a sizzling steak in front of someone and go, eat the steak. They almost are not going to eat it because you're telling them to, you know? But if you were saying, boy, you hungry? What about this? And you put some sizzling steak there and be like, perfect, and dive into it. You stick the plan, like, we came up with the plan. Here's our plan. Do you like our plan? Instead, do you like our plan, your plan, and my plan, us together? Not my plan, our plan. Not my plan, but our plan together. And then, how are you getting thumbs down? Their input's involved. They're part of the process. They're stakeholders. It gets green lighted. That's why Lincoln Beach is getting green lighted. If this Denver-based company would have thrown out one of these 3 proposals and the city would have been like, this is what we're doing, it would have been like, not as bad because you got to redo Lincoln Beach, but it would have been similar to we're putting City Hall in Municipal Auditorium. Just what? This is the proposal. This is the plan. We had no input. So no, like the tearing down of the projects 20 years ago, you get the neighborhood involved. You get neighborhood input, and it gets the ball rolling. I met my brother in from out of town, my brother who lives in New Orleans, my nephew, my mom, Lebanon's Cafe lunch yesterday. Fantastic. I got chicken shawarma. My brother got chicken kebab with lamb kebab. My nephew got the lamb chops. Tabbouleh, hummus, mujedra on the table, baba ganoush. That great hot pita bread, fantastic. Lebanon's Cafe, some of the finest Middle Eastern food in Metro New Orleans. What I love about Lebanon's Cafe a lot, big portions, authentic, fresh, priced right. They open at 11 a.m. They close at 9:30. They're open throughout the entire day. They're open 7 days a week. A lot to love. Lebanon's Cafe right over there by the streetcar barn. Carrollton at Jeanette. You can't miss it with the big green awning. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Name 2 North Streets that intersect each other and parallel each other. I mean, first off, how do 2 North Streets running north-south, how can they intersect each other? And then how do they parallel each other? And I'm not talking about like some mild crisscross pattern like in football. You're lined up in the slot, the other guy's lined up at wide receiver, and y'all do the crisscross and you both run a post. I'm talking about one guy's coming across the middle and you're running a post. Opposite direction. They intersect each other and then they parallel. So I guess it'd be a cross. It'd be a up and over and then up, and the other guy's just running a post. So they intersect and then they're paralleling each other. Hope you're watching on YouTube with all that arm motion. Otherwise, on radio, it's meaningless. Name 2 North Streets that intersect each other and parallel each other. Corporal, I don't know if you're aware, but in Baton Rouge, in downtown and then going north of Baton Rouge, north of downtown, there's North Street, and then in a few blocks, there's North Boulevard. North Street and North Boulevard, 2 totally different. They parallel each other. And they run east to west. I guess they're just on the north side of town. I don't know why. I guess that's why they're called North. But they actually run east to west. But one's North Streets, one's North Boulevard. And I forget which one that Tabby's Blues box used to be on. The one that was most north, because it was more in the hood. I think that was... Which one was North Boulevard? Tabby's Blues box, I think, was North Street.
I want to say you're right because I was over there not terribly too long ago.
Oh, what? We're right about the 2 streets?
Yeah. No, I know the 2 streets you're talking about. I want to say Tabby's is on Street. I want to say.
That's what I think. I know it's closed, but I'm wondering what street it's on. Let's see. Tabby's Blues box. Let's say East Baton Rouge closed. It opened in 79. Yeah, we used to go when I was at LSU. It was incredible. Doesn't say which street. Anyway. Maybe one of you cats in BR will tell us from the olden days. No, I mean, as a college student, I would go to Tabby's all the time. Sometimes I'd be like me and my buddies would be the only white people in Tabby's. And then other days it'd be totally mixed. And then I'll tell you where we're the only white people. We would go to Chicken Shack on Terrace, like Terrace and Delput, right in the hood, in totally black neighborhood. It'd be like 1:30 in the morning, and there'd be a line of like 10 people. And me and my buddy would be there in the line, and everybody treated us great. And half the people were drunk, and half the people were sober, and everybody just wanted some knuckle-sucking good chicken. That's what the Chicken Shack's motto was. First, it had the chicken with a little bubble over his head. It said, "It's batter whipped. It's batter whipped," whatever the hell that means. And then the motto was, "It's knuckle-sucking good." Not finger licking good, knuckle sucking good. The Chicken Shack. I think there's still like 3 or 4 Chicken Shacks in BR. It's pretty good chicken. And you got that little bun, that little soft bun, not a biscuit. I didn't mind that. I looked at that as sort of like the grease sponge in your stomach. Kind of even out the meal. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Barone in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family-owned and operated. Leidenheimer French Bread.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
At Home Paint and Decorating, our paints are in it for the long haul. In fact, our top bench and more exterior paints come with a lifetime warranty. Not 25 years, not 50 years, we mean forever. You heard right. At Helm Paint, our top exterior paints have a lifetime warranty against chipping, peeling, and flaking. They also are mildew resistant. Imagine painting your home one time and being done with it. Visit any one of our locations today and make that once-in-a-lifetime purchase. Paint that has a lifetime warranty. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all of the time.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Monday. It is hot out there. In New Orleans, NOLAAC.com. In Baton Rouge, TM-AC.com. That's Total Maintenance. Fair and honest Lucas and the boys. In New Orleans, NOLAAC.com. In Baton Rouge, TM-AC.com. Every day we broadcast live from the Buddy Deliberto Total Maintenance Studios. Speaking of Buddy D, he worked with Buddy D, got his start working with Buddy D. Roe Brown, keep longtime WGNO sports director Ed Daniels in your thoughts and prayers. Apparently suffering a heart attack at day one of Saints training camp in Los Angeles. He is in a Los Angeles ICU unit right now. Keep Ed Daniels in your thoughts and prayers. That's Blue Boy saying thanks so much for watching and listening. We will be back mañana, Tuesday, straight up 4 o'clock. Radio, television, YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. See you tomorrow at 4.
You're on The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.